a couple very close races, and this is also a best out of 3 rather than the other races we've seen before, which was just one race. So yeah, let's see it. We have started. So here we get the shield, which is almost useless.
Hey.
They're gonna go make their way over to the beach where they're gonna grab the sword. And there's not really much going on until then, really. Is there?
No, not really. But
Other
I can
than
wonder
Sei.
aloud why Terran would feel entitled to pick up someone else's stuff, but not their sword to
Yep,
return.
exactly. Terran is a bit of a weird guy. I mean, he is also a raccoon after all.
Aullos and SeYsEySR doing opposite, well, not really opposite, but different ways to get the sword.
Yep, I'm
SeYsEySR
pretty
was
sure what
down.
aullos did there is actually faster if he does it right. Or wait, did aullos go around? I don't remember, honestly. There's one way that's really fast. But yeah, aullos is not getting very lucky with these dupes here. SeYsEySR is getting pretty good RNG though. So they want a total of 10 rupees before they get to the shop. SeYsEySR has 8 right now and aullos has 5. So let's see how this turns out.
I don't think Aullos has duped any.
No, I don't think he has.
Yeah, no.
So duping is also, as far as I know, is also RNG, so you have basically a 50% chance of it working. And I could be entirely wrong on that.
I thought it just had to land on both you and the shield or sword.
Yeah, no, it does, but I think it's also based on the global frame rule, being that you can only pick it up every other frame.
And here they head down to the trendy shop. You saw them steal a shovel and then sort of steal bombs, sort of, in that they said yes to buy the bombs, but saving quit before the rupees started to deplete. But after the bombs had disappeared from their hands. So that allows them to keep the bombs without having to spend the money. And then they go to the trendy game to get the powder, which they need in Dungeon 2. So they use their 10 rupees there. Setting a save point here. And SeYsEySR got the bomb trigger to sort of skip the owl from appearing.
Oh, and aullos did not. Also, you'll notice that SeYsEySR opted to get 20 bombs, while aullos only got 10. So aullos playing it a bit more risky.
And here, SeYsEySR doing it again. A bomb trigger is where you place 2 bombs within 4 frames of each other, and that will trigger a cutscene or something without having to go through the process of activating it. So they're triggering it, leaving the screen, and then coming back, not having to deal with transforming Terran back into a person with powder, just using a bomb and then leaving, so you don't have to see the transformation. And fun with hitboxes with the key entrance.
Yeah, so SeYsEySR is really not too far ahead, maybe 10 seconds, maybe a bit more. So this is still very close, really.
Mm-hmm. All it takes is one hit, one fallen mold worm, a death.
Yeah, that could completely turn the tide.
They're opening the save and quit menu every time because text is slow, and that skips text.
SeYsEySR got bad RNG there on the spike beetles. Optimally, you'd want them to like both move right, so you can bump them both into the pit in one go. Oh, and aullos didn't even bump them into the pit at all. It's not a big deal, but still. Alright, so now we have the feather, one of the most broken items in the game. It's very broken.
With the feather, they can do something called super jumping, which is clipping into a wall and then pushing up against that wall and then jumping and using your item and then going forward, I think. And that treats the wall like a cliff where you can jump over objects that you wouldn't normally be able to. You can use a bow, sword, or magic rod. Or you can do it naked, which involves a different setup. Super jumps are fun.
Alright, so mini bosses don't exist. That was a statue. I promise. So here we have Molder, legitimately the hardest boss in the entire run. So I think SeYsEy got a pretty nice fight there. Aullos is struggling a little. But nobody fell, so that's great.
And now, optionally, this will be the only instrument cutscene that we see in the run.
Realistically, though, it won't be.
Yeah. But I am hopeful. These are two great runners. Maybe they'll get every ICS. ICS stands for instrument cutscene skip that you can't do on this instrument because it'll lock you out of Dungeon 2 because you won't get Bow Wow, who needs to eat a flower. And also, you're seeing them jump diagonally because jumping diagonally is faster than walking diagonally.
Yeah, it's like a lot faster.
Which is not the case for normal jumping, which is usually not faster than walking. Right? Jumping isn't faster than walking.
No, it's the same. Unless you have piece of power, in which case jumping is actually slower.
Ah, I see. I'm sorry for giving wrong information.
No, you didn't give any wrong information. Alright, so SeYsEy is now on his way to Modeling Cave, while aullos is getting a billion damage boosts. So we now have to rescue our big friend Bow Wow.
But not before facing the fearsome Moblin King.
Yeah, so hopefully both of them will get a 2-cycle on this guy. Which really isn't too difficult, but if you mess up, then by trying to go too fast, then bad things can happen.
SeYsEy now has Bow Wow. Bow Wow eats everything and anything. And I do mean that literally because there are times where he will eat cutscenes.
Yeah, Bow Wow, eater of worlds.
That was a
That was pretty good RNG.
clip. Oh yes, SeYsEy got great RNG. Also, he's random. He just chooses not to eat sometimes.
Alright, let's see aullos. Ooh, he's... No, that was not the worst.
They're getting rid of all their powder here because they need to pick up a mushroom, and everybody knows powdered mushrooms do not taste good.
So yeah, they have to, like, get on a specific part of this tile here so they don't pick up the floating powder here as well. Right, so coming up here we have another mini-boss.
Hi,
Goodbye.
Nox, bye, Nox. I think his name was Nox. Not entirely sure.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Nox. So, fun fact, this is Ghost Skip, first of all, and they're just gonna use the bow to shoot the ghosts off the screen. But, if certain bats die or if you take hits to them, this won't work. So aullos, it worked for aullos because he didn't get that specific bat to die, I think. But even like if you don't kill it, it can literally get eaten by the orb and make it not work. So you
That-
really need to be careful with that.
Sounds irritating.
Oh, it is.
I did not know that. Anyway,
So yeah, they got
Alice,
the. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Alright. So they got the bracelet and they just saved and quit because it's faster to do Dungeon 2 later because of reasons that you'll see when we get there.
So right now, they're going to go get stuff before they move on to Dungeon 3. Aullos went to get the mushroom, and SeYsEy went to get the look at the warpy hole thing. And now they're both doing the opposite, except now SeYsEy got the mushroom and he's going on to Dungeon 3. Which they will keep an eye on their kills, because... well, they might. I don't know if they'll count. But they need Piece of Power to drop in Dungeon 3, which comes after you kill 30 enemies.
Yep, so they're gonna get a couple of extra kills in Dungeon 3 as well, so to make sure that they get it. But we aren't there yet.
And also, shoutouts to bomb arrows. Very fun.
Very intended.
Appreciative of this. Pretty sure they are intended, because, like, they show up in the remake.
Yeah, but that could just be because everyone used them, and doesn't mean it had to be intended in the first place.
That's true.
Yeah,
That
what you
was-
just saw there, that was Villa Skip, where they jump onto the pit, and then use the mushroom. Oh, and Aullos just fell in. They use the mushroom, and then pull up the save and quit menu, which allows them to stand still on the pit and just transition down, and that skips the entire trace sequence.
It seems like they got a leaf, but that's because the game thinks that you should have a leaf at this point, but it turns into a key. And more fun with hitboxes coming up. The hitboxes are either big enough or small enough, depending on what is most advantageous. I
Nah,
swear to
Link
God.
Link just has noodle arms, really.
Ah, oh, I see.
So yeah, this is the point where they're gonna be getting extra kills. Oh, SeYsEy accidentally hit one of the Zulls before its spin/charged.
That acorn you saw on Aullos' screen is bad, and they don't want to get it. Because if they have the acorn, they won't be able to get the Piece of Power.
Alright, so yeah, SeYsEy just got his POP there. And the reason we really want this is because it increases your movement speed by 25%. It also makes you do double damage, but that's not really all that relevant here. I guess it matters for the boss.
And what they just did was the Dongo Skip, which is a super jump, and then clinking off of a Dodongo snake in order to bounce and jump over those blocks.
So, Aullos just tried to do what's known as a shield bump there, where he does a super jump and then bumps off the Stalfos onto the ledge, but unfortunately he failed it because it really is a very hard trick. Also, I think SeYsEy failed the Dongo Skip once, which allowed not Sagas, what am I saying? Allowed Aullos to catch up quite a bunch. They're almost synced now.
Yeah. And now time for Slime Eyes. We basically force him to commit mitosis and then kill his baby cells. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's see who gets the ICS.
Okay.
SeYsEy gets it, and so does aullos. Wow.
Oh, nice.
So, what they did there is they opened the menu on the frame that they landed on the instrument, and then they opened the save and quit menu out of that, which allowed them to save and quit out of the cutscene while it plays, and still get the instrument.
As long as you close the first text box, the game will recognize you as you collecting the instrument. So once
Yeah,
that's
pretty
done,
much.
you can, like, peace out. And on their way to the village of animals.
Yeah, they're gonna be taking a bunch of hits. Reason being is that they need to take a death here later because it's faster than doing other stuff, basically.
Here comes Walrus Skip, which is a bomb trigger that can soft lock the game. If you leave too early, the walrus will remain and you'll be stuck. And if you don't leave quick enough, a bunny will appear and you'll be stuck. You can't use start select A or B because you'll be considered in like a cutscene sort of situation.
Yeah, I think it's the game checks like, hey, is there anything else on the screen besides Link? And then it's like, oh, Bow Wow is there. Therefore, you must still be in the cutscene and you can't move.
So they die and then go back. And then they'll go collect a key in a sand pit. With maybe no boss, we'll see.
Yeah, so here we make an offering of 2 arrows to the sand pit cave. And we get a key in return. Aullos with the very risky swag here.
And with that, they'll travel into that shooty-uppy hole. Back to the shooty-uppy hole they got after Dungeon 2 to open the waterfall to get to Dungeon 4.
Yep, and they need to make sure not to forget to open up Dungeon 4. Because if they do, then it's a soft lock. And they have to hard reset the game.
Always a fun time forgetting to open that waterlogged tunnel.
Oh, it is.
That
So that's a
was...
shack jump. Do you want to explain it?
No, I don't know how it works.
Alright, so basically that's like an unclipped, naked super jump, which only works against pushable blocks. That's pretty much it.
And out of bounds is okay, because it's Warpless, not no wrong warp out of bounds.
Indeed.
When it was no wrong warp out of bounds, this ICS was required. But it's no longer like that. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, basically the out of bounds isn't like go and do whatever you want. They are still not allowed to transition from solid tiles. But doing like that, that's perfectly fine.
Pretty evenly matched right now. This is enrapturing. Also, we just skipped over that jump because they did it so effortlessly. It can be really annoying.
Yeah, that's what we call a dumb jump, the one with the key, the bomb will block. It's a pretty difficult jump, or it can be.
Also, the first time we fight a mini-boss.
So, aullos just did a very risky thing there, but I think he just held down during it. So, also, nice chest turn, very epic swag, aullos. So he did a super jump in the cue ball room, and if you do that too early, you actually zip down screens, and then your run is invalid, so he was being very risky there.
Oh, and they're both going to go for the hard super jump. And aullos not getting it.
That's a shame. Yeah, there is also a setup for this jump where you just pick up the pots and then wait for the P-hat. But this setup is a little bit faster. Oh, and he fails it again! Oh no! And he's also almost dead. Meanwhile,
So,
SeYsEy has beaten the quote-unquote boss.
and the
And
ICS. Oh, nice.
very nice. So yeah, that just put aullos quite far behind.
Now, the reason that he fell so far is because he was, like, clipped into the wall, which sort of treats it like you're falling through air rather than water, so you can fall really fast in water. Which is nice, because you can't, like, fast swim in this game. It's all very slow moving.
Yeah. And another ICS from aullos.
And now they go to Dungeon 7. Because, if you were to just get the instrument and not get the ICS and go to the southern half of the island, you get the ghost. You don't want the ghost, because that takes a while to get rid of, and you can't end their dungeons.
So yeah, very nice obstacle sweep from SeYsEy there. Very important trick. Trust me on this one. So he jumped over the obstacle, and aullos is about to do it here as well. And now it's time for Rooster Skip Skip. So, they're just gonna, like, go through this cave and do what is technically considered out of bounds, but because out of bounds is allowed in this run, they can do it. So yeah, standing on this tile here, is technically out of bounds by our rule set. So in other runs, such as LADX, we don't do it, and we do another strat where you have to do frame perfect hookshot jumps, and it's horrible. So that's why we call this Rooster Skip Skip.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't really touched on this yet, but instead of going to Dungeon 5 now, they're on their way to Dungeon 7. I don't recall. Oh yeah, it's because well, they did get the ICS, so it doesn't really matter because that also cancels the ghost side quest. But if they wouldn't get the ICS and they went like below the top 4 rows of the map, I think it is, they would trigger the ghost side quest, which takes like 5 minutes. So we're gonna stay in the mountain range for a little while.
And now, we might get to see Bow Wow eat a cutscene.
And we do. He was a bit slow.
Oh, you know. Bow Wow's a localized black hole. He does what he wants.
Pretty much.
And now Dungeon 7. Bomb triggers the dungeon.
Indeed.
Oh, and there was Kirby, so secretly this game is actually a Kirby game. So they have to kill that Zol there in order to do the bomb triggers. And they have to do the bomb triggers within the order that they're doing them. Fancy strat on SeYsEy's screen to use the bomb blow up to open the wall with a bomb in the pit to activate the cutscene. Because it doesn't have to be
well-placed explosives.
What? Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm talking over you.
No, I was talking over you. Sorry. Go ahead.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Now they're going up to do the best skip in the dungeon. Goomba Surf!
Alright, so aullos is pretty low on bombs, but alright, he manages. Ooh, SeYsEy gets it semi-first try. So that's very nice. They need the top Goomba to move right so they can jump onto it.
So super jump onto a Goomba to bounce onto the cliff. And now the eagle is very explodable.
Very.
And somehow bottom doesn't mean like the bottom of the tower, but like the bottom of the screen.
Oh no, Aullos.
Aullos is not getting
Aullos
it.
changed directions by accident, and I guess he didn't realize he could just use sword to face up again and not move, because they have to be on a specific pixel. Oh, and SeYsEy misses his ICS.
Bad time. Also, I haven't mentioned it yet because I'm the only one who will. It's very sad to see the runners using the illegal button for the sword.
No, this is actually the only allowed button. If you put sword on B, you are, by definition, a sinner.
Mm.
Alright, so
So
let's see if Aullos gets his ICS.
Oh boy. No.
He does not.
Now they'll be headed to the western caves and ignoring Marin on a bridge. Staying low enough so that Terran doesn't come and we have to listen to them talk.
Yeah, which is a cutscene that takes like a minute. I'm not exaggerating. It actually does.
And now here comes the jumpy pit. It's fun.
Pit that kills. So SeYsEy is opting to do a dash buffer here with the shovel. Oh, and he messed up. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah,
Is this easy or it seems difficult?
but it's just difficult, you know. Yeah, so basically they're doing a mushroom hover, whatever you want to call it, on that pit, so they can stand there. And then there's two ways to handle the next part. You can either face up and then dash and mash shovel, so you can dash in place and then just jump up. Or you can do, you can press up and jump at the same time on the same frame to the exact, like Aullos just did. And you can jump up like that, which is slightly faster.
And now, Telltale Heights doesn't really like Bow Wow being on it, so Bow Wow keeps flying off screen. Doesn't leave, but, you know. Bow Wow shows his displeasure with high mountain ranges.
No, he's just playing with the mini moldarms.
Ah. And the flame skip is, as long as you're clipped into the wall, you can bypass the knockback of the flames by just, like, being clipped. And they won't push you back.
Yep, you can. Oh, and SeYsEy is on half a heart.
Ooh.
This could end up being an issue. Also, no arrows left. He doesn't need any anymore, but that was a pretty close arrow route. Alright, he opts to get the hearts.
Now they'll be headed to get the most important item in the game. Only slightly more important than the better.
SeYsEy. He just got like the early cycle on that 2D section, which is like super tight to do.
Oh,
And so does Aullos. Wow.
So what you see here is an unclipped super jump to go out of bounds and skip the mini boss to get the dungeon item. Which is a very important dungeon item because when you pause the screen while the sparky thing comes out of the flame rod, you can overload the sprite count and deload the sprite on the next screen so that you don't have to deal with that room. Because everybody knows an empty room equals a cleared room.
Yeah, it basically just spawns so many fireballs that it makes other sprites unable to spawn in. And then specifically for that cue ball room there, it's like, oh, there's nothing on the screen? Well, I guess cue ball is dead then.
and then pausing after coming out, the door will push you down one screen to a filler room in Dungeon 8, where you get the level 2 power bracelet, which regardless of whether they got the ICS in Dungeon 4, would suppress the Ghost mini quest.
So now they're on their way to Dungeon 6.
But before they can go to Dungeon 6, they have to go through the Armos maze, which is scary not just because there are Armos, but also because it's Black City.
Oh, it sure is.
They didn't expect Bow Wow to be coming with you, so when you bring Bow Wow with all the sprites on screen, it really lags out the game.
Yeah, Bow Wow is like 5 sprites or something, I'm pretty sure. So now, SeYsEySR is on his way to Armo's King, where hopefully he's gonna do a very cool quick kill. Let's see if he gets it, or even goes for it. So it looks like he is definitely going for it. Oh, he didn't get it. So if you, very precisely, put a fireball on the bottom wall, like aullos might be able to do here, and he got it, you can kill him very quickly like that, and it looks so cool.
Oh wow. I didn't know that. Learning new things every day.
Yeah, you have like a very small window to do it.
So...
Also, aullos is slowly catching up.
Now, on their way to Dungeon 6, which is basically nothing in this run. Basically.
Yeah, it's not really anything interesting other than Armos Maze, really.
Going around the long way so that Bow Wow eats that Armos.
Oh. And aullos is not... Oh, he's waiting for him. I guess it's like not really a big difference. Oh, and SeYsEySR missed that cutscene eat, so he was trying to manipulate Bow eating the cutscene by shooting a bomb arrow. But he failed for whatever reason, and instead aullos is despawning the cutscene. Or unloading, whatever.
Overloading the sprite count so that it doesn't appear.
Yep.
You can be... Depending on what way you're facing, you can be a different amount away from the edge of the screen.
Yeah, basically, if you face into the transition, those fireballs disappear the next frame, so you have to be against the transition to do it. So yeah, D6 is very, very empty dungeon.
There's more stuff to do, but they already have the level 2 power bracelet, so half of it's already done.
Yeah, so normally on the next screen for SeYsEySR, there's, what is it, like, it's an owl statue in DX, but it's something else in this game, but we just despawn that, and it opens up the path. Also, bosses don't exist anymore from here on out. Oh, and SeYsEySR with another ICS here. Let's see if aullos can get his. Oh no!
No!
Oh no! He entered the boss room! That's awful.
Oh wait, he already did, right, when he got the boss. Okay, so that's terrible. Bosses aren't supposed to exist anymore, but if you don't deload them, they will.
That probably wasted about a minute, I want to say.
SeYsEy's off to Catfish Maw, a terrifying dungeon where you have to crawl into the gut of a catfish. Ooh.
Wolfos, I think he would have run out of bombs if he fought it. Oh, very nice dash there from SeYsEy. I didn't know you could do that on the first screen, and it would be fast. So here they're going to grab a key, or at least SeYsEy is. Aullos is still some ways away from that.
Doing the good work of deleting owls from existence. And now they're going to kill some Selphos and delete a big Selphos.
Yeah, they are. Oh, don't go to the boss yet, SeYsEy.
Just a small thing to mention, when you deload something, which it appears again, if you don't deload it again if you enter the room. I mention it because one time I forgot
Oh, yeah.
to deload the Selphos King guy.
Yeah, it's not dead if you despawn it, it's just unable to load. So next time it tries to load and you don't despawn, it'll just be there. Oh, if SeYsEy dies, that's a problem. He's gonna use the mushroom, I think.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think he made it.
And I think he might opt to get a death warp here. Oh, he doesn't.
Ooh,
So he's playing it risky.
good luck on him.
Also, nice high five there. Oh, but the only difference is Aullos is going for the boss key and SeYsEy is going for the boss. Not really, because he's not gonna fight the boss, but you know what I mean.
For a second I thought Alice was SeYsEy and I was worried that
Yeah, I would grab that heart. If not for the rest of the dungeon, he's gonna need that heart for the way to the next dungeon because there's a bunch of stuff that can kill you, and he has died there before on What Record Pays. So let's see if he gets his ICS. Oh, he does not. So I think that's 2 missed ICSs for SeYsEy. I didn't see if Aullos got his D6 ICS.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Aullos is spoiling in the chat here. Alright, so now all we have to do is just finish up some loose ends, finish D8 and D2, and then it's already time for the end.
Well, not the whole end. We still get to have at least one more Wraith.
So Aullos doesn't get the ICS either.
Nope. Will SeYsEy go for the fairy?
I hope so. I mean, he's on 1 heart.
See, no big deal. 1 heart, the boss, and D2 and D8, easy peasy.
Yep, so that is the final heal in the run, without going far out of the way.
Oh, there's a fairy in this room. You just have to equip the bracelet.
That takes time.
Okay. That takes time.
Alright, so we're
to
gonna
go
do
for
like
the
a
tricky.
finicky super jump here. SeYsEy gets it nicely.
That's an annoying one.
Yeah, because not only do you have to do what's called a super hop, where you just do a late super jump, you also have to then not walk into the lava and actually jump over the staircase. So SeYsEy does not get his ICS.
Nope.
Ooh, almost walking into the lava here.
I forgot forgot he's not a subversion, wanted a hot lava bath.
Alright, so we didn't really mention it before, but this is the reason why we split up D2, because we have the Fire Rod now, and we can, or sorry, Magic Rod. We can deload everything in D2. And it's on the way to the egg, so we might as well. Oh, SeYsEySR. That... Oh, they're not cooperating.
They really didn't want to die. Very rude of them, honestly.
Indeed. Oh, I didn't see if aullos got his
He
ICS.
did not.
No.
You have to kill the enemies with the bunny, the bat, and then the skeleton. Or else the boss key doesn't appear. And now, time to delete the genie and collect the last instrument.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think that's, what, 3 ICSs for SeYsEySR in total?
So.
That's pretty bad. Alright, so SeYsEySR is now finally on his way to the egg. And he's gonna do a bomb trigger to play the Ballad of the Windfish to open up the egg.
And aullos got the last ICS.
Alright, and aullos is, in the meantime, also in this cutscene. So they're not too far apart, but they're still a pretty significant amount of time in between them. So yeah, here we have the maze in the egg. You're supposed to read a book in the library that tells you the path, but if you never read that book, it is always the same: left, left, up, right, right, up, left, up. Lurulu.
Now spamming bombs to get a tech skip, and then get a...
Oh no, I think SeYsEySR just messed it up. Alright, he got it. So, you're not supposed to slash during that, but he just got lucky. So, what he was trying to do there is buffer his sword out of the menu, which means that he doesn't actually get his sword slash. And then get that blob quick kill like that, and then tink into the wall. Oh no, SeYsEySR. And then tink into the wall, and then make it 100% consistent, but he messed up and just got lucky. So he also can't do the Aghanim manip now. So theoretically, he could get 1 billion blue balls. If he gets unlucky. And there's one. So this could be aullos' chance to catch up. Because he is doing the manip. Alright. 1 blue ball for SeYsEySR, not too bad. Actually, that's pretty good RNG, I'll say.
Oh, missed
Oh,
one.
he messes up the blob quick kill. Oh, he was just 1 slash to 1 slash short.
Moldorm, you can
Or
stunlock him so that you hit his head and then hit him enough times to die. But not like an extreme amount, because then you can just lock the game.
Yeah, not too many, because he can actually die, and then he'll just sit there.
And now Bethel, which is just waiting for him to open up.
So this could entirely be up to Deathel. SeYsEy is getting pretty awful RNG right now,
Aullos is
but so is aullos.
opened up for Aullos. Oh,
Both of them getting really bad RNG.
like staring into the void.
Oh, and SeYsEy gets the text. Or, I mean, he kills Deathel. So yeah, that is pretty much GG for SeYsEy unless he somehow saves and quits. And he finishes with an official SRL time of 45:42. Yeah, almost also done that final tech skip. And he gets a 5:56. So still a very close race. So that's a win for SeYsEy. Yeah, it gets moving on to the next race in just a minute. Oh no, almost with the. So if everything goes to plan, Phantom Matt will be taking over from me on comm. I'm not sure. Are you gonna stay and do the next race, Mighty?
I'll stay. Doesn't seem like it'll push me that late.
So yeah, if Allos wins the next race, then we will have a third race, which is entirely possible. If SeYsEy wins the next one, then he will be the winner of the tournament. Alright, so Matt seems to be in setup. That will be it for me then, and I'll be in chat, I guess.
Bye,
So
Xander.
good luck, boys, and I'm out. Bye.
Hello, Matt.
How are you doing, Mighty?
I'm fine. Are you ready for this second race?
Oh yeah, this is gonna be great.
Oh yeah.
That was an exciting race that we just had.
It was very exciting. I also just noticed that they have eggs to count the wins, and that is really adorable.
Yeah, JC set that up for us last night, and it was incredible when I saw it.
Looks so cute.
JC87, worker of speed gaming and champion of the people. So, how's your day been, Mighty?
Fine.
Seeing them good races.
Yeah, pretty much. Waiting for SeYsEy to join the new race.
we should poke him about it?
I think so, probably.
Well, we would. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
So, what was it, like 10, 11 seconds between them last race?
Oh, yeah, no, it was very small. Because you got a 42 and Aullos got a 56. So, 14 seconds? I can only imagine what this is going to be like for this race. I am so excited.
I mean, now that they're running hot.
Yeah. Of course, green won the first race, so to balance everything else, black and white has to win.
No, to balance everything out, Aullos needs to switch over to Spice's color scheme.
No. I mean, yes, magenta would be nice.
Yes, but no.
Black and white is classic, honestly.
Yeah, but
Very
Imagine
Adams
if-
Family-esque. Perfect
Hey.
for this Halloween season.
it's still August. Get your Halloween stuff out of my stores.
Can't
It ain't
help
right.
spooky.
ain't
Spooky
right.
all year round.
No, I don't want it. It's too early in the year.
Hmm.
It's far too early. Huh. No, Sandra, that's even worse. You don't buy Christmas stuff right now either.
Right. It's
Right
time for
now.
Easter.
No, why are you doing this? Next you're gonna tell me that they're gonna be selling fireworks.
They always sell fireworks.
Not here.
Okay, well then move to Tennessee.
Never.
It's
I'm not a
nice.
fan of your barbecue. There, I said it.
Oh wow. Shots going down in the comms. I've never felt so attacked when I'm out here having a nice time.
I'm not attacking you, I'm attacking your food.
Hmm. Ah,
Alright, so we're back to start screens.
that's good. That's good.
I wonder what Aullos says.
GG.
Well, naturally. Not GT?
No, no. You could say GT, but it's
But he's wearing a gray tunic, not a green tunic.
exactly. And it's annoying to spell out. Because you have to find a way to have a small E. Irritating. Whereas SeYsEy's clearly standing for red right now. Even though he's wearing green.
I mean, he could go and get red tunic if he was playing a different version of the game.
No, red tunic still exists.
It does in this?
Yes, it does. Of course it does.
No, it doesn't, because we don't have color dungeon.
Said anything about the color dungeon. Change the palette to red. Boom, you got a red tunic.
Oh, this man thinks. Oh my god, Aullos, please your screen.
Wait, why are people saying tamales are bad? Tamales are great.
Because Spear's trying to wrestle my jimmies, and I'm not going to give him the satisfaction.
Oh, okay. I had them for the first time last year. Oh, that was amazing.
There you go. So, there we
Oh.
go, and we're off.
And we start
Yet again. I didn't know we were playing Majora's Mask.
Yeah, you never know. It's the Ballad of the Windfish.
Well, it takes about 50 minutes for a day to go by. You
Yeah.
just rewind time another 50 minutes.
Still confused as to why Terran feels entitled to touch my stuff, but not my sword.
He's the real thief. I don't know why he's named Terran and not Thief.
Because everybody expects Terran to be a thief. He's a raccoon dressed in a human skin.
What happened to the real Terran?
He's Mario saving the Mushroom Kingdom.
the Mushroom Kingdom doesn't exist here.
Sure it does.
This is the Mushroom Kingdom.
Who do you think has foreign relations with the Mushroom Kingdom?
Hyrule, not Koholint Island.
Koholint Island is an island within Hyrule.
We should say in the middle of all of our banter, SeYsEy gets the early quick sword.
And Aullos
Which is
gets
pretty
the other early quick sword, where you can dupe the rupee if you get it.
But no one gets rupees.
And Aullos still not getting any dupes.
Well, they're both being rather unfortunate with drops right now.
Yeah. Oh, he got a dupe!
You got one dupe, they're tied. It's no, wait, Aullos is in the lead with
Aullos is
6
slightly ahead
rupees.
with 6.
But
That
I've
was the
also
NDRT.
seen SeYsEy get like 5 rupees in one spin slash before, so.
Oh, and there we go.
Oh, and Aullos takes the early lead because of RNG.
He will get to take the overpriced sword from the heartless shopkeeper, who ends up being Darth Baldy, because he's bald and shoots lightning.
Do it. And I should also do this while I'm at it.
And another messing with reality to steal bombs without paying for them. Oh, thank you. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, it suddenly occurred to me that I had too few tabs open. So now I think Aullos is actually running on 1.1 because he has the little fox dog, wolf dog thing down lower.
I think he runs on 1.0 because he...
No, because then the dog would be in the way, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he went through the door while it was too high in Dungeon 7 though, didn't he?
I could be wrong, and I could be mistaking where the wolf dog is in the other version.
Oh. SeYsEy messed up a quick text cancel. So, redoing it. Because trust me, you don't want to miss the powder and then have to go back for more rupees.
Okay, so it is 1.0, and I am wrong. I thought the dog, wolf, fox went low.
It's a dog.
We can't confirm that. It looks
It
like a
is-
fox.
It is Lilliput from Pokemon. This game was ahead of its time.
Does that mean it evolves into Stoutland?
Yes, exactly.
Sweet.
I know. Buffer
Aullos on fire right now. Gets that bomb trigger for the forest immediately.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Oh, but he didn't do the moonwalk though, I'm sad.
Someone can only be so hot at one time.
Before he catches on fire and becomes
Yeah.
hothead.
Gotta save some of that fire for later.
Wait. If Zelda is actually Pokemon, does that mean Kiss exists in the Zelda universe because of the new evolution of Zigzagoon?
Who's Kiss?
Oh, no, we're not going to do this on comms.
Okay.
I'm not going to educate you on classic rock and roll. Anyways. Making good time. Not the cleanest exo boost right there, but it's going.
I don't know. Just moving through the dungeon. We already explained a lot of the dungeon, so there's not much to say.
To answer the question from Cassinatrix, whenever we're pausing with the saving quit menu, we are trying to skip text, mainly. Because if we do it at the right time, it just cancels out text boxes.
And you can't mash text in this game. You can, but it's not very good mash.
So why
Slow.
bother with the text boxes? Just skip
Exactly.
them entirely.
It's not like Oracles where you could just, like, demolish text.
Can you manip the text boxes too?
No, I wish, but no.
Oh.
I mean, you can manip Maple, and she's basically a flying text box, so in a sense, yes.
To an extent.
Here comes the super jump.
And it's a very clean super jump at that.
Oh, yes, very nice. This is
You know-
another super jump that's weird. It's the only one like it in the game, I think. And it's
I think so, because you just fall off the ledge.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm confused about rolling bones. Is he a gelatinous blob? Is he rolling his bone? Is Aullos going to die? He does not!
Of course Aullos doesn't die, he's pro.
So anyone who dies to Moldworm is not pro.
Well, that's debatable. We're all
Okay.
certain levels of pro.
Ah,
He's just French pro.
I see. But yeah.
That actually is just a ledge drop? I could have sworn I heard that called a super jump before.
I thought it was a super jump.
It's happening again where we're hearing information from our past, but we can't confirm where it came from. So now Aullos on his way to D2, while SeYsEySR gets his instrument.
No instrument cutscenes because Bow Wow is more necessary than skipping 15 seconds of the game.
Yes, and he doesn't want to be Xander and get D1 instrument cutscene skip. Nice little walk through the forest. Rather, skipping through the forest.
It's almost like Into the Woods. Except there's no picnic basket or wolf.
And there's no constantly repeating the same verse over and over and over again.
I don't know what you're talking about. I heard that same music repeated at least 5 times. That would.
Alright, let's see if Aullos can get a 2-cycle on this guy. I feel like he's magnetically attracted to my sword whenever I run. But it's a clean 2-cycle. He's dead. Let's get our dog.
Is he a dog or a chain chomp?
Isn't a chain chomp a dog?
No?
In this universe it is.
There are dogs, though.
There are many kinds of dogs.
I assumed he was metal holding back a black hole.
And very fast to eat for Aullos to get into D2. I'm loving that.
It was great. Now we
Let's-
gotta... Yeah,
Let's spend all that powder.
You don't want to get rid of the powder too quickly, though, because you leave one torch undone, and it's like, oh,
Then you have to go back, get the mushroom, get the powder from the witch after giving her the mushroom. Go back to D2, do D2, spending all your powder again. And then get the mushroom again.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we ever explained what a flat clip was. You're clipped
Alright.
into a wall, and you use a text box to push through an object at a corner.
Because you could still kind of move slightly while you have a text box open. Just at the start, though.
Very slightly.
And it's just enough to get through walls and stuff. Well, certain blocks.
The corner.
Corners. That's the word. I'm coming off of work.
How was work?
I wish I was commentating this. But, here we go. Very nice ghost skip.
Yep.
And we get our bracelet and we're out of here.
Back to the woods to get the mushroom. I don't know why these games like mushrooms so much.
Well, probably like fairy rings or something.
They're usually used for medicine.
Can you say that we don't use the powder for medicine normally in the game? Using it to cure Terran of his tanuki-ness?
Oh, yeah. And buzz blobs of their non-sentientness.
Oh yeah, because they talk after you powder them, don't they?
Yeah,
Oh, that's horrifying.
I know.
So now that we got...
Buzz blobs can think. Oh.
So now that we have the mushroom, we're gonna head over, grab the warp. I do believe you guys explained Warpless in the last race.
Yeah, you can wrong warp, but... Well, you can right warp, but not wrong warp. Which, that's a good warp. That is a thing in the game. If you transition between, like, two solid tiles to go to a different place, that's a wrong warp.
Intended warps.
Yes. Because technically every
Door is a warp.
door, yeah, everything's a warp.
Cave entrance is a warp.
Surely it's not the warps we do, but the warps we made along the way.
Alright, don't call me Shirley.
I don't know what that means.
You haven't seen Airplane either?
No!
Alright, here's Villa Skip. Alice, you're scaring me.
Aullos did not get to skip the villa yet.
Now he did.
Does.
We got it.
There's a big, long thing you have to do. Or you can just use the mushroom to fall into the pits in the prairie, and then fall back down to get a leaf that turns into a key.
Because the game expects you to have 5 leaves, and it just rolls over to the 6th leaf, which becomes the key.
Mm-hmm. And of course, hitboxes. I expect hitboxes to do whatever Link wants them to do, because it feels like that's how this game runs.
I'm so glad that when I called them noodle arms way back at the start of this tourney, that stuck.
I can't believe Link went through the Fault of Amigara without me knowing.
Oh god, no! No, not that! Anything but that! That's the worst outcome for anything.
Again, collecting the kills to make sure they get 30 kills to get a piece of power, so that they can move fast and kill the blob.
Ah, yes. The ETA for this run is somewhere in the realm of 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was scared for a second. Almost looked like he was right on top of that acorn.
You don't want to get the acorn because the acorn doesn't allow the triangles to appear.
And of course, Link is notorious for being allergic to acorns. We avoid them at all costs.
I was gonna say something about the triangle acorn war.
Hmm? Aullos is going for the shield bump again.
Oh, and he gets it this time. Very fancy.
I love it.
Lots of fancy stuff going on this run.
Well, these guys are some of the best that we have at this game. I think Aullos actually is the world record holder as of a couple of days ago.
Oh, is he? I thought last.
Again with the practice run that suddenly becomes world record.
You know, it happens. More evidence that this game takes place in the Pokemon universe. They even have the movable tiles from Team Rocket's headquarters. SeYsEySR having some trouble with the Dongo skip. And Aullos not getting the ICS, unfortunately.
It's rather tricky if you lose your momentum. At least I think it's momentum when you're trying to do the Dongo skip, because it's a really feel-based thing sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And now he's gonna make quick work of the not Reuniclus.
So now Aullos is going to talk to...
Oh, SeYsEySR almost died there.
Yeah, that was not okay. And
But he
SeYsEySR
gets the
getting
ICS for his trouble.
Taking damage. so that they can die. He can die after Walrus skip. Almost getting hit by a heart.
The day. Getting hit by a heart is a bad thing in the video game.
It's always fun when you're like down to a half a heart and Bow Wow eats the Buzz Blob and a fairy runs into you.
No, don't wish that upon anybody, Mighty.
I'm not wishing that. I'm saying it sucks.
You said it's funny though.
Well, yeah, I would laugh if it happened to someone here.
That's like worst timeline level of stuff. It's the game telling you you don't want a PB.
Well, see, but this game takes place in the worst timeline.
No, I thought that was the Wind Waker timeline.
No. Worst timeline is the defeated timeline.
Oh yeah.
I delve
now-
way too deep into Zelda lore sometimes.
It's okay, I think I have the same book on me too. Aullos going around for laps again, running circles around the pit.
Just collecting key that was spawned there because of arrows.
Yeah,
No,
there's
no,
nothing
no
in
boss.
that pit.
Nothing at all.
No, it doesn't. And plus, the pit doesn't give you a heart container, so it can't be a boss there.
Mm-hmm. Say hugging a cactus because everybody knows that's what you need to do after you make a walrus fall into a puddle.
Yeah. It's atonement for the fact that Bow Wow ate that Buzz Blob really early.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's see some sweet track jumps.
Track jumps?
Oh, I said shack.
Ah. Say got it. Say Aullos got it. Getting my runners confused.
Aullos got the shack jump. SeYsEy got the key, and now SeYsEy is going to go get his shack jump.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Aullos is in D4. Grabbing that extra set of bombs, because we need them. And now progressing to go do his dumb jumps.
Yeah, this could be worse.
Yeah, we could be doing the dumb jumps in LADX.
I was gonna say they could be like HSS skip, D2 skip. Oh no, not getting the runoff for the jump.
Oh, that was a clean recovery though.
Mm-hmm. So I'm forced to pose the question again. Does Q-Ball have a brother named 8-Ball?
Oh no, he'd have octuplet brothers, wouldn't he? Actually, no. How many balls are on a pool table?
16?
16?
I don't know.
These are the questions that we ask ourselves for banter. Meanwhile, we get the mermaid suit.
It's not a mermaid suit. It's a flipper made of Zora scales.
One flipper.
Made of Zora scales.
But these are all River Sora. They wouldn't help us. Oh, and Aullos gets the super jump to the D4 key really well this time.
Oh. Atonement for the horrible stuff he had to deal with the last time.
Let's see if he can do the same on the fish.
What is this fish's name?
Anglerfish. Oh, he missed the bomb arrow!
Oh no. That cost him an arrow.
And a bomb. But it's dead and he's out of there.
Yes.
Now will he get the ICS?
Nope. Oh, yep, now he did.
Yes, he will. He knows how to buffer that.
Now, Wolfos, why would it be made out of mermaid scales? There are not enough mermaids to collect mermaid scales to make a flipper.
So SeYsEy also got his D4 key really well. And now let's see if we can get the kill on the anglerfish just as well as Aullos did. Ah, there he goes, even better.
Mm-hmm. Will he get the ICS, though?
These are the questions.
Very important.
Time saving. And And he gets it.
Did. See, that's the real race in this race, whether or not you get the ICS. But that only counts if you have your sword on B, which neither of them do. So unfortunately, they have to race through the entire game. Getting the obstacle skip. I don't know why that's such an important thing.
Well, it's because it's tradition.
And now time for Rooster Skip Skip, my favorite skip in the run.
But not as good as Rooster Skip Skip Skip, which is just going and getting the rooster. Who is the best friend?
That's debatable.
Alright, look, Chain Chomps can't fly.
A rooster that makes me go get an ocarina to get him to wake up in order to fly me over a pit once and then goes away.
Look, you're reviving a hero chicken.
No, a hero chicken is one who can delete cutscenes.
You're calling Bow Wow a chicken?
Exactly. But he doesn't delete them, he eats them.
Oh. Alright, so I remember Aullos had a little bit of trouble with this mushroom, didn't he?
I think so, yeah. I got it.
Seriously, this is a redemption arc right here.
I know, it's so good. I think he just needed a run to get into his speed.
It's a good thing that we made this best of 3.
I know, right?
Not only for them to get their engines all revved up, but so that way the audience at home could also see dramatic changes of fate. And now here we are in D7.
There was Kirby.
Goodbye, anti-Kirby.
So since this is a dream, does this take place in Dreamland and can Kirby come to save the day?
No, we've already established that it's in the Mushroom Kingdom, right?
I mean, true.
Ooh, very nice shack jump right there.
Terrifying.
I always love that jump. And bomb triggers are done for Aullos as SeYsEy enters D7.
Quick primer on bomb triggers in case people don't know. 2 bombs in 4 frames of each other activates a cutscene. It's magic.
It's coding magic, the best kind of magic.
But this entire game is set in a fantasy reality, so magic can happen.
Yes, the magic rod just shoots spaghetti code, and that's what kills enemies.
Exactly. Who knew that the magic rod was missing though?
Aullos getting his Goomba Surf after a couple of resets of the room. Skipping the text on the Evil Eagle. No one wants to hear what the what is he?
Skeletor.
No, he's not Skeletor. He's like Reaper or something.
Clearly Skeletor. Who else would talk that much and that hammy?
Yeah, but he doesn't go meow. See?
And skipping the second text as well. But we don't.
Aullos got hit. And he almost fell.
That would have been very bad.
He would have had to redo that entire fight.
Because I think if you don't collect the heart, the fight
It resets the room.
Oh lord, that sucks. Aullos getting the ICS because he is just that good.
Oh man, don't give us heart attacks like this man.
I don't know why the save and quit over a pit works to push you down.
It doesn't. It gives you free control over your movement again as you're falling.
Oh, okay.
And then we just hold down.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
So on the way to the best jump in the game, But first, we have to ignore Marin.
No, skipping Marin is the best jump of the game.
No.
Goodbye! I hope you get eaten by buzzards.
Why are you saying that? She's going
Because
to
she's a 50-second long cutscene.
She will become a seagull.
It's a 50-second long cutscene. Nobody has time for that.
Okay. That's why we skip it.
Oh, Nalos gets it first try.
Aullos. Amazing. Optimal way to do that.
Now, I've been thinking about this, actually. Could you buffer that jump?
I have no idea. Maybe? It's hard to buffer things out of a menu in this.
Because, I mean, it's up and jump at the same time. If you can find a way to buffer that, and doing it that way is free.
Is this a turtle or a dragon?
It's a turtle.
Okay. I ask this every time, but I'm always convinced it's a dragon.
It's not a dragon, it's a turtle. There are no dragons in this game. The only dragons are in the original Link's Legend of Zelda and the Oracle games.
What about, Trinix?
I think that's just a terrible lizard.
Oh, okay. Because I thought that was like a Trinix wannabe. So, on top of noodle arming his way into a keyhole, Link can also use his noodle arms to make between a block and push it down from the side.
To answer Beldethus, this version and the LADX version have different glitches that we can use. For example, in LADX, we can do menu buffers, and what's another good example? We can super swim. Not super swim. That's the wrong way. Jesus jump. That's the one.
Yeah.
As opposed to this, where we can do
Reload.
deloading. Yes, because the magic rod is wonderful. And instrument cutscene skip without a whole rigmarole of things.
Yeah. Instrument cutscene skip is possible, but slower in LADX. So it never happens. And here, you can deload, which is pressing start at the same time you have the sparky thing on screen, which will overload the amount of saves. Sprite, not saves. So that the thing can't appear. Pausing here because if you don't, you'll get pushed down 2 rooms, which will still leave you in Dungeon 8 and get the level 2 power bracelet, but you'll come out much closer to the entrance.
What's interesting for that jump as well is you can actually jump up and to the left, and you'll also do the same transition.
Did not know that.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Falling down the warping holes again because you find another one, and then go down to Animal Village again. With the level 2 power bracelet in tow, so that you can skip the ghost side quest.
Yep. We are now liberated from the undead world coming to try to make us be servants.
But we are not liberating the ghost too. Unfortunately.
He's not moving on.
Yeah. It's quite sad. But honestly, the ghost was just a dream ghost. So
The ghosts are the ones that we met along the way.
very poignant.
And now, here we go, through Leg City.
Do you think this is like a city of Armos? Like, do they conduct trade and business here?
No, it's ruins.
No, Armos are basically like dead soldiers.
I thought they were automatons. Thanks to going inside them in like Minish Cap.
Okay, that might be the way in Minish Cap.
It's Metropolis, oh god.
Did we find Superman?
Maybe. Also, an amendment to what we said earlier, that was not a warp hole that we went through, it was an uppy shooty pit.
Exactly. Cousin to the shooty uppy flower from Oracle of Season.
Yes. And double opposed to the shooty uppy whirlwinds of many Zelda games.
Mm-hmm.
There are no warps in Hyrule.
What about the towers?
What towers? There aren't any towers in this game.
This game isn't in Hyrule, it's in Colin Island.
Now, SeYsEy getting his D6 key. Not that far behind, but it'll take all those
Yeah, it'll take a while.
messing up some
back.
key things in order for SeYsEy to catch up efficiently.
Aullos getting the first try on the despawn of, well, deload of the cutscene.
Very fast.
Mm-hmm, quite quick.
And now, here we go again, D6, the Dungeon of Nothing. Tiles, don't need them. Wizrobes, don't need them. He's getting really quick
Yeah,
deloads with the magic rod.
this is some hot deloading action right now. Doing a small super jump to jump into a wall to be clipped to do a bigger super jump.
I think I can say now that SeYsEy is about half a dungeon behind.
Yeah, something like that.
Not quite 3/4, but a little bit more than half a dungeon.
Best thing about this run, no force heads. I love that.
And I didn't catch whether or not Aullos did it, but you can actually do another shack jump like the one that we did in D7 to get past the key block after we fall down that conspicuous looking gap in tiles that's probably where a hint block was before. And Aullos with another ICS.
He did not do the shack jump. SeYsEy will do the shack jump. He did it last run. Aullos instead went for the flak flip.
Now
And
here we go.
off
To Catfish's Maw. Dungeon 5, the worst dungeon in the game.
well, not
Both
really.
casually and via speedrunning.
Only in LED.
Even then, you still have to backtrack a lot with this. It's just easier because we can save and quit.
Yeah. And you don't have to fight Master Self-Host. It's great.
Oh, okay. For a second there, it looked like SeYsEy was gonna walk into the transition to fight Facade, similar to how Aullos did the first race.
Yeah.
But, dear lord, that Helmasaur room in D5 for Aullos.
That was very pleasant.
It's always cathartic when you get it that quickly.
Mm-hmm. I just opted to deload because I really don't want to deal with it.
No, Helmasaurs are awful. Worst enemy in the game.
It's a bold claim. There are a lot of bad enemies.
Can you think of any worse?
I feel like there is one, but I can't think of it at the moment.
And remember, bosses and mini-bosses don't count.
Wizrobe.
True. Granted.
Now time for a more annoying, but also not as hard jump.
Another dumb jump, if you will.
This shouldn't be a hard jump, but it's super annoying.
Oh, and Aullos gets it.
Aullos
Clean
gets
as, clean as a whistle.
Oh man. Just showing me up right now.
SeYsEy opting to deload the room with the first Helmosaur.
Mm-hmm. And dashing over the pits.
I always find that cool that you could dash over those pits.
That's because Link is part Flash.
He might be part Mario, because Mario can do that too, can't he?
That depends on what power-up he has.
Not even if you just get running speed in certain Mario games, you go over
That's
one block
true.
gaps. Getting them
Yeah.
hot Mario strats in the middle of the Link's Awakening tournament.
See, Link's Awakening is basically a Mario game, too. It's got
And-
Goombas, Shy Guys, Loopers.
We don't need no Slimiel fight. And we are going to get the D5 instrument cutscene. Sadly.
We needed to hear some hot marimba. Marimba. It's not maramba.
The finest percussion in all the land.
But not as fine as a marumba, which is a Roomba playing a marimba.
Not sure I've ever seen such a thing.
I don't know if I have either, but it would be hilarious if I did.
So now Aullos is going to go start his cleanup, while SeYsEy, I believe, is going for his key. Nope, he's going to the boss. He has gotten his dungeon boss key already.
Mm-hmm. Now, out of all the bosses that you actually have to skip, this is the one you have to skip, because...
You can't beat it without the hookshot, and we don't have a hookshot.
Hookshot takes so long to get, it's not worth it.
I mean, unless you're doing early
100%?
hookshot. Yeah. And now that's probably the last heal that Aullos will get for the rest of the game.
Ooh.
Because you will notice that we've been deloading bosses, their heart containers also don't appear.
Hard to steal a boss's heart when it's not there to shed its heart.
I mean, we didn't even send a calling card, man.
Oh.
Nice little super hop to a jump, and goodbye, Hothead.
If Link had a persona, what persona would it be?
These are fan speculations that I cannot condone at this time. Going into personas is too far.
And now on the way to Dungeon 2 to finally shut that bottle up.
Huh.
And no having to wait for Bow Wow to eat flowers either, because of
The magic rod shooting magical fire.
It's great.
It's lovely.
Who knew that flowers burned? Certainly not me.
You know, I just thought of something again.
Hmm.
Could you do a super hop off the left side of that room in front of the boss fight for D8?
Maybe? I don't know. Hmm.
Curious things. It probably wouldn't do you any good, because the reason why we can get through there is the staircase is there anyways.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
what
interesting.
I was thinking. That also reminds me of when I thought, oh, hey, this cave system is clearly connected. I can do a super jump and just skip having to go through a different one.
Yep. And Aullos avoiding the fight with Shantae.
Shantae?
Yeah, Shantae the half-genie hero.
What? Oh! That game. See, that genie looks nothing like Shantae. Clearly it's Norm from the Fairly Odd Parents.
I mean, we can't tell that because we never see the genie.
Uh-huh.
Now, SeYsEy showing off by, oh wait, that's a song. You know, I didn't even realize that the song was playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Aullos' PB, I think, is a 43:35. I'm pretty sure on that.
That's facts. Hold on.
I don't think they're
I will
gonna.
go-
I'm not sure if it's on the leaderboard yet.
Well, if it's that, then he's tied with Black for world record.
No, he definitively beat Black on
Then
his.
he has to be lower than a 43:35.
All right, here we go. Getting that bomb trigger.
Yep. We'll see. Was it a bomb trigger? I thought it just skipped text.
No, the bomb trigger skips the text
Oh.
because you're placing 2 bombs on the way down.
Time to manipulate the boss.
The Aghanim.
Aghanim is displeasure.
Xander has made a bold claim saying this could be a world record run right here.
That is a bold claim. Ooh. No blue balls. Successful manip.
And I will say, this world record has changed very recently, so I do not actually know what the exact time for world record is. Because Aullos happened to get a PB that was not a PB, he got the world record in the middle of a practice run, as his tradition.
That does seem to happen a lot.
It's happened at least twice with him. SeYsEy didn't appear to get the bomb trigger, so
Yeah.
he had to do the backup strat and did it wonderfully.
He did.
And now we all want to scream for Aullos, open up.
Yeah.
Missed one, he's gonna have to get one more. One more cycle. Open up. Open up.
Yeah,
He
that
missed
was...
one! He didn't know that he needed another one. Oh, this might be world record.
Hmm.
Oh, Lord. Someone find me what world record is, please.
He finishes with an official SRL time of 43:32.
Alright, so according to Node, the world record is actually 43:26, which means he was 5 seconds off.
Oh man.
Now, here we go. SeYsEy needs his eye to open up. And that's it for SeYsEy. He gets all his arrows in. And SeYsEy finishes with an official SRL time somewhere. Which channel is it?
44:41.
That's the one.
Okay. Now there will be a third one.
For all the marbles.
Yeah. It wasn't enough killing the island twice. We had to make sure that we kill it a third time.
It's for the
After all.
people.
Third time's the charm.
It's for the people, Mighty.
What if they're not actually creations and they just wake up randomly around the world where they were sleeping for eternity?
That would imply that these people existed in the first place.
Yeah. And we woke them all up. And the monsters don't want to wake up because they realize that they'll lose all of their independent trade relations with humanity.
I wonder if this is the run where aullos will get world record yet again.
Well, maybe. Oh boy.
Because he was a bat out of hell on that one.
Oh yeah, it was so hot and on fire.
That is actually not true, Zeris, as aullos actually got world record very recently, within like the past 2 days, I believe.
So it just hasn't been verified yet.
Our verifiers are all out to lunch, which is much needed by all of them.
So while I'm waiting, I'm curious how they collect the egg intact when they blew the egg up when they left the island.
No, they didn't blow the egg up. What happened is, one side of it cracked, and then we just spun it around, and we're using the other side.
Oh, okay. That makes total sense. Also, why is the egg so hard that it needs to blow up like a stone wall?
Have you seen an egg that big?
It's true. True. No, I have not. Hmm.
What you got, Mighty?
Oh, I'm looking at the any percent ace and I'm laughing at the existence of an any percent ace tournament.
So will that be best 5 out of 7 per match?
Oh no, it would be one-on-one every time.
No, because that's like 3 minutes.
Exactly.
It'd be down to milliseconds every time.
It would
That'd
be
be
so
awful.
ridiculous.
How would we come to speed gaming with that? Hey, we'd like a 10-minute slot, please?
I don't know. It Ow.
Alright.
My knee's hurting.
Is it from you having to carry this commentary?
Oh, they started.
They did.
I'm not carrying this commentary. I am. You
So
are
let's
the
go, guys. One more time. Let's destroy this island.
Huzzah! I know nothing that I would rather spend my Friday night on than watching an island be destroyed 3 times.
Through the power of well-placed bombs, this island will be obliterated.
Mm-hmm. What do you think does more damage? The bombs or the magic?
Couldn't they just be magic bombs?
That is way too much power in a bomb.
By the way, I should say, there was sync for the first 45 seconds, then they had to go and ruin it by splitting up.
A sad fact indeed.
SeYsEySR getting that early sword by doing the damage boost off the spiny.
Aullos getting the other type of early sword that does not involve getting it during the owl.
And now the fates were rather cruel to SeYsEy. Let's see what they say this time.
Oh, he's getting some dupes. Oh,
Oh my
Oh,
god,
he
but
got
aullos
eight.
though.
that was some hot duping action right there.
Now
But
let's see
let's
if he can
see.
clean it up.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
he
and he
goes.
does.
That's a 135 egg. Not egg, shop. Words.
That was a 135 egg. That would be a hot any percent run.
Turns out that we were running Ace all along.
I had no idea. SeYsEy getting it fast too.
Both of these are really quick. There. The game is saying, nah, we have some entertainment left for you in this third round.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh god. That might have been a mistake. Let's just do this. Don't worry, everybody. It's fine.
Everything works. Also, if anyone has anything important to tell you, yell AB start select at them, and it will, they'll just skip whatever they had to say.
They don't have anything important to say anyways. Nobody on this island does.
No, not at all.
And interesting fact, aullos went the exact spot that he did while he was passing by Madame Yamya's house because that is the last pixel on which you're in the grass. So he just casually avoids the grass for as long as possible.
As Professor Oak says, you want to stay out of the tall grass.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, no first try bomb trigger. Second try though for aullos.
Yeah. No first try for SeYsEy either.
Third,
Oh
fourth,
boy.
fifth.
This is a lot of attempts. Oh,
There
and
we
he
go.
finally buffered.
Menu buffer is what gets it. Meanwhile, aullos is going to use his noodle arms to get into D1.
Do you think Moldorm had it commissioned for his likeness to be outside his cave? Or is that just a creation of the Windfish?
No, that's people warning them that that's what's inside the dungeon.
Oh. See, I like to think that the bosses designed their dungeon to be the way they are. Moldorm just happens to have an affinity for holes.
Well, the interesting about that thing is, I do believe that all of the dungeons in this game are actually in a pattern. Because I think D2 is in the pattern of like a pot.
Oh, so this looks like a giant tail?
I think
Matt, are you still there?
Oh, I'm still here.
Okay.
Can't see anything.
So, now the feather is gotten, and we can jump. Fly, really. Because, you know, feathers in this game are magic.
Oh, yes. That seems like speed gaming is stabilized for me.
Getting the fairy just in case, and on to fighting Moldorm.
Let's Let's hope for a good fight. That's 1. That's 2.
That's 1.
That's 3. 4. 4
4.
shots. Aullos getting out of D1, or picking up the D1 instrument rather. The like 610. That's
Yeah.
pretty solid.
Very good. And 3 races, no falls in the pits, or death to Moldorm. Very impressive.
We hate to see the runs come to that.
Yeah, it's just awful. Especially when you're used to like LADX and then you jump up. And it's like, oh no, you just wrong warped.
You wrong warped. You DQ'd yourself. Good
Yeah.
job. That's why we informed people after this actually happened, way back in the Swiss, that if they had the ability to run on
1.1.
1.1. I think, however, that these guys run on console.
Also, another fun fact, if someone not important is talking to you, you'll be at them and they'll shut up.
You just skip text boxes with B, you skip whole conversations with the save and quit menu.
Yeah.
And SeYsEy might be on menu, according to Xander. I know aullos is on console. Now aullos heading in to go assassinate some moblins.
Destroying the Moblin monarchy.
This is Regicide.
I didn't know Regis Fieldman was here.
Of course, he's dashing to go flip over the boards on the Wheel of Fortune because
That's not Regis
Vanna White isn't
Fieldman.
there. Oh God, you're right.
That's Dad.
Oh no! I'm so old, I forgot who is who.
You're not
Where was
old.
Regis Philbin from? Oh wait, he was on Who's
Wants to be a Millionaire.
wasn't he? Yeah, there we go. Alright, so here we go, another flock clip. Easy as pie.
Another waiting for Bow Wow to eat a flower. That took a little while.
A Regis Philbin poll in the year of our Lord 2019. Alright, let's waste our powder, light them candles, and let's get on to D2. So I always find it interesting when people do different strats for that particular key room that has the Saltpost Knight in it.
Same. Oh wow, a chest turn. That was nice.
Ah, aullos going for swag now. The chest turn saves a handful of nothing, really, I believe. But it's always cool when you get one.
Oh, so another Nox gone. Aullos destroying some pits. Just to mess with the genie's aesthetic. Poor genie. All it wanted to do was have some nice aesthetic.
With its bottle-shaped dungeon.
Yeah, you know. Oh, when you land on top of a chest spawn before a chest spawns, the chest will spawn below you. So that sort of messes you up sometimes.
That could actually cause you to be forced to do a save and quit in that room. If you're playing casually. Because you can't get out if the chest is in the doorway.
Luckily, they have to save and quit anyway.
Oh yeah. Aullos picking up his mushroom, SeYsEy picking up his bracelet.
And they're both headed towards the shooty uppy hole.
Yes, definitely not a warp. In this category of any percent warpless, it is a shooty uppy hole. Similar to that ride at carnivals, where you get put in a seat and then you get launched into the air.
Similar sound, but different name. Do you think Link has as much fun in the shooty uppy hole as we have on the shooty uppy pole?
No,
Oh,
absolutely not.
sad days. I wanted Link to have fun on adventures.
Not only is he getting shot up at high velocity, he's also spinning.
Exactly, that's what makes it fun.
It makes him
You get
sick.
You get a Ferris wheel, and you get high velocity speed.
Warpless means no wrong warps, which means that we are not allowed to really break the places that we're supposed to go.
There's like a sort of trick where you're on the edge of a screen and select and you can go down. That's not allowed. And then transitioning like from a wall to a different sort of
Transitioning
area.
from a solid object to a different screen is not allowed. Doing what Mighty described is not allowed. You are also required to have every entrance/exit that you go through lead to where it's supposed to go. Because there are certain places, such as in the pit of D1, if you get hit down by Moldworm, if you hold jump on certain versions of the game, it'll take you to the hallway where the feather is. And that is a wrong one.
And we are back in Dungeon 3.
Alright. Let's see if Dodongo Skip is kinder than it was last time.
Hopefully.
I'll say, SeYsEy is doing a rather good job of keeping up with aullos.
Oh yeah, definitely.
However, if you are interested in seeing these games broken a lot more, I'd suggest checking out the any percent no stew runs of LADX, in which we never fight a boss, I believe.
Or if you just want to see some hilarity with walking around in a glitched area, watch an any percent run of either game.
Alright, aullos getting his first Dodongo Skip. Easy as pie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and going for the shield bounce again. And getting hit again.
Huh.
Skip. What?
Sander. Oh right, you skip all boss keys, not bosses themselves. That's my bad.
Oh. It's just not going well for SeYsEy.
No.
But he gets it this time. Huzzah!
Alright, I'm definitely behind you then, so I'm gonna refresh the stream.
And now going through the Team Rocket room to induce mitosis on a rather large single-celled organism. Doesn't know what to do with itself when it has two of itself existing in the same universe.
So it just kind of
starts attacking.
falls.
Yeah.
Falls on your sword.
And now going to get a bell, getting the ICS.
I love it.
Always nice.
And then SeYsEy getting his second Dodongo Skip, and he is out of there. Meanwhile, aullos is heading towards Animal Village so he can go get his... D4.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how a key opens a waterfall, but somehow it does. Now time for the bomb trigger for the walrus.
We pray for no soft locks. No, would that be a soft lock or a hard lock?
Soft lock. The game continues running, but
Oh.
it hasn't crashed.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
and SeYsEy has escaped the treacherous D3.
Just unfortunate.
What can you do? Aullos, wait, no, suicide isn't the answer. Overworld warping? We use the actual warp points, or as we've been calling them for jokes, the shooty-uppy holes, a couple of times. But I do believe overworld wrapping is a different thing.
Yeah, that's not allowed. That's the
Right
thing.
warps are allowed, wrong warps are not.
Exactly.
The game intended you to use those pits and we use them.
Mm-hmm.
Happily, I might add.
I do like not having to walk all the way back to that waterfall. Now SeYsEy's gonna go hug a cactus, because, you know, what would you do? Who knew that that cactus was actually a sentient cactus that created a dodecahedron that people worshipped out in space?
Mighty, what was that?
That was a Doctor Who scenario.
The cactus just kills you, it doesn't turn you into a carpet. Oh, well, rather, it's kind of more like a rug, really. But SeYsEy gets his key.
Very important.
Oh,
Running out of
Aullos went for a chest turn.
And getting that so effortlessly.
The Tektite just probably has a contract with him to not get in his way.
No, because he got hit by the Tektite in the first run. Unless they set up the contract after the first run and before the second run.
Game in the system with the enemies. Now here's Cue Ball, not to be confused with 8 Ball, 1 Ball, 2 Ball, White Ball.
White Ball is Cue Ball.
Well, depends on how old you are. Now kill those Ols, get our single flipper. It appears that SeYsEy half a dungeon behind. This sounds really familiar, actually.
It does, though I think the half a dungeon behind last time was Dungeon 6.
Yeah.
Oh. Doing the fast jump again, and
But he
getting
doesn't make it!
Oh no. Oh, and he's going for the regular one now.
He already has the power bracelet equipped, he might as well.
Mm-hmm. Time to go attack the anglerfish, who has a rather stylish choice with those glass tiles. Honestly.
I mean, there's also a Cravone's skull down there. Let me do something real quick.
Oh,
So,
yep.
now that we have our D4 instrument, we did not get the instrument cutscene skip.
No, we had to hear the harp. It was very important.
This'll hopefully allow SeYsEy a little bit of time to catch up.
Hopefully. He got the spectacular jump.
The swag jump.
And we'll be... well... we'll be going up the mountain when she comes.
And now, everyone... we have avenged Cravone Gaming.
He got what he deserved for his ROM hack.
D4 is gonna be done. Now,
Ooh.
with SeYsEy
And
getting that
yes.
instrument cutscene skip, he has made up a slight bit of time against Aullos. However, Aullos is breaking away at a rather ludicrous pace, already up the mountain range.
And now for Rooster Skip Skip. And the faster version of it, I think.
I mean, it is faster.
It's not going to come up for a little bit, but underwater swimming in this game is not exactly fun.
I mean, we've seen it.
Yeah, but it's not relevant right now. But I can't think of anything else to say besides that.
It's not the best, but then again, we can also jump underwater in order to make ourselves go faster.
It's true.
But
You can only jump up, you can't jump down.
SeYsEy having a little bit of trouble with this Rooster Skip Skip, but he got it.
And aullos falling down and skipping the hook shot.
Who needs some dumb hook shot anyways?
It's terrible on your arms, and Link has already been just through so much, he needs to heal a bit.
So, if I may point something out, how does Link get pulled with the hook shot?
Magic.
Because, I mean, it's pulling on his arm with enough force to drag him away.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that rip his arm out of its socket?
He's magnetic.
No, that's a different game.
No, he's very magnetic.
Aullos getting that
secretly
nice...
metal.
Aullos getting the nice damage boost off the P-Hat. And let's start these well-placed bomb triggers to take down this tower.
Mr. Link, tear down that tower. And that well-placed shack jump that just scares me every time.
He doesn't fall in the pit, thank goodness.
I am so happy. So far there have been no pitfalls, except for where we want to fall down a pit.
It's not true, we saw, I think Xander did one the other day.
I was talking about this race.
So, we don't even bother with that Hinox.
Yeah, that wasn't even a high knock. That wasn't a binox, that was just high knock.
This is a drive-by Nox.
That's hilarious.
Got him. Aullos not having the best luck with these Goombas getting in his positions.
Oh, he's slashing the Goombas.
Well, he's also doing it to maintain where his
Yeah.
pixels are. It just happens to be that one's right there.
Ooh, these are not very fun Goombas. Oh, right as
There
they
we
say
go.
that.
Commentator's blessing,
I
not the
guess
curses.
I will things into non-existence. So, do you think that's a skeleton that's, like, not the skeleton on the eagle? While the eagle's flying down? Sort of like his shadow?
I think it's like an optical illusion.
Ah, okay.
Also, I find it interesting, and this is the first time that I've ever seen this. I think Aullos is bouncing the bomb off of his sword,
Something? Maybe? I don't know.
which looks really cool.
SeYsEy getting, like, really good Goomba Surf. And aullos getting the ICS.
Maintaining a lead. We'll see whether or not SeYsEy can keep the pace.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. This run is a little more than halfway done.
I can't believe it's been this long.
Can you believe it? Imagine you were playing this game as a kid, right? And you played for hours, and where did you get? You got to like D4, maybe D5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. We do it We're done half the game in 25 minutes.
Though I never played this game as a kid, so I can't really relate.
I mean, the general you, not you specific.
Yeah,
The royal we.
it's true. A miraculous wonder that we are doing right now.
Now here's the pit which kills.
And a very... Oh,
He gets it! Perfect! I swear, he figured out how to buffer it!
all 3 times it's been miraculous. Truly amazing. And doing it the right way. Unfortunately.
The game doesn't agree with what he's doing and decides to beat him up a little bit. Here goes SeYsEy doing his pit which kills.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
Dashing
doing the
super
buffer.
jump.
Oh no! But he holds
Oh.
left and jumps into the wall instead.
Oh dear, that's not fun. Time to wake up the dragon turtle.
So now we're in D8. SeYsEy has cleared his pit which kills and he's heading on towards Flameskip. He can't hold in his excitement, best of Sack. He can't wait. Alright. Our little wall push right there. Or block push.
Something.
No, it's a sideways block push.
That is still something.
And now, as SeYsEy has entered D8, aullos is heading towards Blado Skip, and he gets the fast cycle really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Doing Blado Skip, which is a unclipped super jump.
And
to
grabbing
just
this...
top of that block.
And now headed to go delete some ice blocks. Not
Yes.
really deloading them, but just burning them with water.
Burning them with magical fire.
Exactly. Because it's magical ice that somehow lives in a volcano.
Now here we go, the trick we've come to love over the past 2 hours. Deloading, preventing things from spawning in. Spawning so many sounds that it prevents physical objects from appearing. SeYsEy getting hit in the face with a fireball.
Oh man. That'll leave a burn scar in the morning. Oh, I'm missing the Plano skip first try.
Now, aullos has his level 2 power bracelet. SeYsEy has completed Blano skip.
Now we're making our way to Dungeon 6. Because we
Yes.
have no more fear of ghosts. I didn't know if you knew this, but ghosts are scared of strong people.
Ghosts are actually scared of 2 croissants.
Yes. They didn't bring the white wine for the croissants, so it's just like, well, I'm terribly unprepared.
Alright. So now, here we are approaching Lag City yet again. And a key side effect of coming to this screen right now, we actually are supposed to get an owl cutscene in front of D6 when we're coming this way, but because we're messing with the order of things, we never get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, we've explained this. Bow has like 5 entities. Every little bit of cloud that your boots leave is an entity on the screen. It creates a lot of lag, which is annoying.
You could deload them, but that actually takes longer than you walking through the lag. Which, when I first learned about it, I was completely incredulous.
Oh, thank goodness. Aullos not quite getting the quick kill. Taking a hit, but then recovers nicely. We will also note that they aren't going to get any more heart containers because we are preventing the bosses from existing. And a side effect of that is we aren't getting any more heart containers from the bosses. Surprise. Ooh, a little bit of far dash there.
A little bit of messing up the menu. Oh boy, that's not fun. Those bombs cause a good part of damage.
Oh. Better be safe than sorry, Aullos. Just taking a step back.
Mhm.
Otherwise, if he dies, he goes all the way back to where SeYsEy is, and this race gets a lot more even.
Yeah.
That bomb fairy's just sitting on top of him. Oh my god, that was close!
He
How much damage does a bomb do?
a heart of damage that would have left him with half a heart going into
Ooh.
the deloading and moving into the dungeon. That looks suspiciously like drowsies. Do these people worship drowsies?
We already established that this is the Pokemon universe, plus the Mario universe. This is a dream.
Yeah.
I think that's... No, that still worked. That was really far away from the transition, though.
You can be really far away and it still works. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how far away you can be.
Of course, D6 has virtually nothing in it. It's just these few rooms of enemies, a few more enemies, and then a whole lot of nothing.
You see a guy that tells you that there's stuff in D6 that's lying to you. You've seen it with your own eyes. Obviously.
You've seen nothing.
Exactly. SeYsEy opting to get Bow Wow to eat it instead of deloading.
He has to feed the poor Chain Chomp.
Chain Chomp can eat whenever it likes. It doesn't need to eat time and space all the time.
And now, naturally, same as last time, there's about a half a dungeon worth of distance
Mm-hmm.
between our runners.
I wonder, will Aullos opt to get the, parts from the fairy room here?
Maybe. Because he does run the risk of getting hit.
Yeah, he's awful low. Nope, he's just going for it.
I see my stream is behind again.
And I see us as well.
I love it.
Nice on Aullos. And now we get to climb down the mullet of a catfish.
Hopefully not dying in the process.
Does that make Slimy Eel a parasite?
I mean, yes, he's a parasite upon all our runs because he's just horrible.
That's why we run LA, and you never have to see Slimy Eel.
I don't know about you, but I've been playing more LADX. I have to see him.
Oh, see, that's just the
That's my problem.
running color.
Gullet, not mullet.
Who knew? It would be funny to see a catfish with a mullet.
I'm not so sure about that.
I would find it hilarious to see a catfish with a mullet. He's thinking that he's in...
What is...
Yeah, he thought he had the key. Luckily, he got a heart. That was...
I guess running the game 3 times in a row kind of gets to you.
It is very confusing, I will admit. I don't know what's up and down anymore.
You sound tired, Mighty. You might want to go get some tea. SeYsEy is really low on health as well. This is intimidating to see.
Lord.
Both of these guys risking it all for the biscuits.
Don't worry. At the end of the run, I promise I will give them the Scooby Snack.
There we go. We get the deload for Master Sophos 1.
And... he's going down
He's
without
going to the boss,
key.
but he doesn't have the key! Go back! You don't have the key!
Oh, that's...
Aullos, you don't have the key!
He'll figure this out when he lands. and doesn't have it.
This actually evens up the race.
Yeah, it does.
Save and quit, save and quit, save and quit.
Oh. There we are.
The race is dead even. SeYsEy has taken the lead by a screen.
Yeah, that's fun.
My god, what a change of fate.
What a turn of events.
I will point out for the audience watching at home, these guys have run this game already twice in a row. This is the third time that they're running it. SeYsEy opting to get a heart. Aullos not, he's going bold. SeYsEy falling. Aullos not falling, Aullos has retaken the lead!
Oh man, that's a hot lead change right there.
I'm telling you, it's not tilt, it is exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
These runners are at their limits. And now Aullos, key in tow, is returning to the rooms where he came from.
Oh,
And getting drastically low in health. Oh my god.
this is gonna terrify me. I'm not ready for this.
A very quick deload, and he's gonna get the instrument. Whether or not he maintains this lead is what if he gets instrument cutscene skip, which he does.
He does.
But he has one heart to get through this gauntlet where a fairy is at the end. And SeYsEy is not too far behind, but with a half a heart advantage on him.
If he goes through the Mala maze, I'm gonna. Oh my lord, he does.
This man knows no fear.
This is some really exciting racing right now. Oh, and the Octorok did not shoot down. He'll get the fairy pretty easily now.
There are mere screens in between these runners.
Now back to Dungeon 8.
At the end of the day, I do believe that instrument cutscene skips will be the deciding factor here. Which is funny, because Aullos was saying that earlier today while he was practicing.
Oh wow.
SeYsEy taking a little dip in the lava.
SeYsEy also forgetting he's not a Subrosian. And Aullos getting the ICS.
Can SeYsEy match?
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe. SeYsEy's been pretty hot this run.
And he gets it too!
Oh
They're
man.
still really close.
We'll come down to Dungeon 2, I suppose, with the ICS.
Even
And-
then, don't forget, we also have the nightmare fights.
Yeah. Nightmare. Tech skip. Manip. Oh boy.
A very quick placement of some bomb arrows and regular arrows to kill these enemies in a specific order. Get the Dungeon 2 boss key. And then a few deloads. Now, Aullos, whatever you do, remember, the genie doesn't exist.
Don't say that.
Thank goodness.
Oh boy. And
he
the
gets
ICIS.
The final ICS he's only missed one, I think.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's 6 out of 7, that's crazy.
That is really good. Oh,
And SeYsEy not getting the
missing
Dungeon
it.
2 ICS. That's gonna give Aullos an advantage of 15 more seconds on him.
Aullos deleting the owl and then playing his Bomberina.
Alright, here we go.
Time for the final fight. The final Luluru.
Saris, I think the opening to Majora's Mask has something to say about that. This is gonna be really close, I feel. Alright, let's get to the bomb trigger. Let's see him get into position.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Oh, and he gets that.
There's the quick kill. According to our analysis from chat, SeYsEy has about 30 seconds to make up. Which would be 2 blue balls if Aullos screws up.
Okay.
And he gets the
There we
Manipto.
go. Now will he kill?
And
Oh!
Moldorm is loose!
He does not get Moldorm. So, that'll cost some time.
Oh boy. Oh boy. There we go. Kill the boss that doesn't exist.
Now time for Deathel.
Let's see him get done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't forget, yell at your screens. Open that eye. The game agrees. All this just needs to be done.
Yeah.
Those 3 very fast eye openings. And he's done, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man. And skipping that last text box as well.
So, Aullos has finished with an official SRL time of 44:36.
Oh man.
And SeYsEy on his final arrow. Good God.
There's SeYsEy.
That's
Oh.
odd, it didn't give me his official SRL time.
Mm-mm.
How weird.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, his IRL time is 45:05. Roughly 30 seconds. There we go. That was weird. So, let's pull our people up to chat, shall we?
Mm-hmm. Hello.
How you doing, aullos?
Hi, hi.
You sound incredibly exhausted, pal.
God. the first race, like, just killed me.
Yeah, and it appears that it lit a flame under you.
Oh my god, I was so triggered by my first race. Like, entering facade. What the fuck?
Mm.
Oh my.
But I mean, you rallied, man.
Yeah. Those last
Yeah.
2 runs were like super on point.
Well, except for Dungeon 5, this run.
We don't talk about that dungeon.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought 2 times in the dungeon that I were where I wasn't, so yeah.
I mean, I chalked it up to exhaustion. You guys have been playing this for a while now. And hello,
Yeah, and I
SeYsEySR.
started like
Hello,
super early. Hey, CC!
aullos.
GG mon gars.
Both of you. Good. Gravy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It
I
was
never
awful,
complained.
actually, but
I mean, besides the fact that it was bad for you guys, in your opinion, it was incredibly close.
yeah, I guess it was entertaining for the viewer.
Like, let me see. I think this is the first race. No, this is not the first race. Alright, so it's 30-something seconds for the first race between you. Then it was, like, 10? 16 seconds for the second race. Then there was this one, which, for some reason, SRL decided you were, like, a minute behind.
Yeah, don't know what happened with
Yeah,
light speed, but
something weird.
whatever.
But, according to chat, it was 30 seconds for the first and third race. Then the second race was 12 seconds between you. That was really close.
That was close for sure, but I'm still kind of disappointed about myself, but whatever.
Hey, you came, you saw, you beat how many other people? At least 17 other
Yeah,
people?
of course, that was a really great tournament for me. Like, my goal was to reach the final, so I did it. So I'm happy with the. Just in the
mean,
final,
you
I
know,
don't think I played
CC,
really well.
Considering you won the race during the Swiss stage, we are on 2-2.
Alright, so what you're saying is tiebreaker right now, right?
I guess I was 2-0 now. That's it.
Wow, wow. Just a
Shots
5,
fired.
Aullos, you deserve the win for sure.
So how about
I'm
you, Alice? How
happy
you
about
feeling?
my 2 last runs. I played way more consistently.
We were actually having a panic on your second run, because no one could remember exactly what time you had gotten for world record earlier this week.
Oh yeah.
So we rapidly started asking chat, quick, somebody find Aullos' last run. What's world record? I think he might have just gotten it.
So
You were
if
like
I remember
5
correctly,
seconds off or something? According to what Node found?
entering, like, just right before failing an ICS, like, I don't remember, Dungeon 8 maybe. I think I could PB'd by 2 seconds.
Oh. Could you imagine the last race of the tournament being a world record?
Oh, man.
Let's not get too crazy.
I mean, we almost had it. I mean, so other than that, you guys
Well,
have fun?
I'm so happy to have been playing with you, SeYsEySR. That was so cool.
Me actually, really happy to play versus you.
And I'm happy that Link's Awakening original got his moment of fame. Its moment of considering the new Link's Awakening is coming soon. There probably won't be any LA tournament in ages. So that's that. Oh yeah, and best color palette wins, of course.
The classic gray.
And I'm happy because I made Noit Kaju predictions wrong, so that's that.
Good job. We're all proud of you, Wallace. It's okay, Node. We care about you too. So that actually brings the tournament to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Considering I'm one of the people who helped set everything up and has been running in the background, great thanks to everyone who participated. Great thanks to everybody who helped commentate. Great thanks to everybody who watched here on Speed Gaming. Of course, thank you to Speed Gaming for helping host every single match that we had this tournament.
Mhm.
So, any last words from anybody?
You're all
Yeah,
very
thank you
precious.
to everyone.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That was a really great tournament. I'm happy I could have been part of it. So yeah, thank you everyone.
And thanks for the commentaries tonight. And
I would say it was an honor for Mighty, Xander, and myself to commentate over these incredibly close races.
It was really fun. And you are
Oh
all
God, Aullos,
precious
why?
and wonderful, and thank you.
Aullos, why would you do this?
Don't know what you mean.
So, on behalf of everybody at Speed Gaming and the LADX community, LA/DX community, it's been a wonderful tournament. Let's see what's going on later on Speed Gaming. We got Final Fantasy coming up on Speed Gaming 2. We got the Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizer qualifiers coming up on Speed Gaming 1 later on at 8:15. We got Metroid Prime coming up on Speed Gaming 3. We got Link to the Past Rando Daily coming up on Speed Gaming 2. More qualifiers for Link to the Past randomizer later on Speed Gaming 2. And Final Fantasy 1 randomizer weekly coming up on Speed Gaming 4. If you guys want any more LADX, I highly suggest you come join our Discord and learn the games. They are incredibly fun. As you can see, they can lead to very suspenseful moments. And there's certainly something for everybody if you want a long run, short run, what have you. And I think that's it for us. So thank you all, and have a nice night.
Bonsoir.